Hello, my name's Tim Morton, and in this video we're going to take a look at a very special new module bundle available for Bible Analyzer, namely the Authorized King James Version People Edition. This is linked with our new exhaustive library of Bible people to show every individual in the Bible with a unique ID so they can be differentiated from every other person with the same name or people with different names. As you can see here in Genesis chapter 5, we have several names, and there's Adam. We put the cursor over his name, which is indicated by a dark red font color, and you can see there's some details about Adam. Here's another one. There's Seth, and there's others in the list. We can click one of these, say Seth for instance, and it will open up our exhaustive library of Bible people and show some interesting facts about him, such as some details about his name, vital data such as the year of his birth and death and birth location, biographical data, his near relation. His siblings were Cain and Abel. He was a child of Adam and Eve. His paternal ancestry, which is not very extensive since he's only 2 generations back from creation. And then also every occurrence of his ID found in the Bible. And also we have our topics list here, which works as usual. You begin to type in a topic. We'll begin typing Solomon. We'll bring him up. As you can see, we have the same details about him, even though he has a much more extensive near relation table. You just put the cursor over a name and you'll get details about that person. There's David and Bathsheba, which were his parents. Scroll on down, you'll find his ancestry is more extensive. He's 35 generations from creation, from David back to Adam and then God. And then here we have every occurrence of his ID as it's found in the Bible. We say ID because Solomon has another name. He has a name called Jedediah. And this is key to this ID tagging of the individuals in the Bible. You search by names, you're liable to get anyone that has the same name, but you search by ID, you're going to get the individual you want. And that brings up our searching. Let's open the Master Control Panel and our Advanced Search tab. We see there's a new method called the Search for Specific Individuals. Well, that activates a new People button. We click this People button and it'll bring up an exhaustive list of Bible people, which is a list of every individual in the Bible. And there are 3,084 individuals and 3,481 names. So you can see that there are some people that have more than one name. Actually, quite several people have more than one name. Let's try one. One is Mary. You look here, we type in Mary, and it'll scroll up, and you'll see that there are actually 6 Marys in the Bible. And each one of them has a number after it, and that's their ID number. So how do we tell which one we want to search for? Well, just place the cursor over the name, and the pop-up will give some details about it, and you can tell which one of these it is you want to search for. And we can try this one right here, 1937. That's the mother of Jesus Christ. And we see, here's a little hint, all you actually need to search by is the ID number. You don't need the name in brackets, but we just put that there so you could associate the ID with the name so you'll know who you're searching for. But once that's up, just click Search, and there, what pops up in our results window is every instance of this particular Mary as found in the Bible. And as you can see, there's several instances of that, but none of the other Marys are found. You can see there are 26 verses like this. Let's just go back and do one of our old standard searches, which every other Bible software does, and we'll search for Mary. Look, we get 46 verses because these are all of them combined. But we go back to our individual search, and we just got the Mary that we wanted. So as you can already see how this would be a very, very powerful search method. It will open up passages to you which were not obvious before. And also you can combine words and IDs to get a multiple word search and so forth. But there's still more yet to come. Because if you would look, let's hide this for a second. Let's go up here and let's type in Isaiah 53. Isaiah 53, you'll see here that there's also a bunch of red collared words, but what are they? They're not names, they're pronouns. And the AVP has every pronoun of deity linked to where it could be used as a search. And in Isaiah 53, you'll notice it's very interesting to be able to do this. Notice, who hath believed our report? To whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? Who's the Lord there? Well, the Lord is God, the God of heaven, the God the Father. But it says, he shall grow up before him as a tender plant. Who's the he? Well, that's Jesus Christ. Who's the him? That's God the Father. Who's the him here? It's Jesus Christ. This is very interesting. Every pronoun that relates to deity and also other alternate names is also linked in this AVP module. Altogether, there are nearly 50,000 ID links in this AV module. But what does that make possible? Well, maybe you're beginning to realize it now. Let's go back to our people search. You'll notice here that there's a God, God alternate, Jesus, Jesus alternate. This is God by ID, that is God or Lord. This is God by pronoun or alternate reference. Jesus the same way. Jesus by alternate reference. Okay, let's try a search here. Let's try Jesus, our alternate reference, and let's type another word, just a plain word, everlasting. You'll notice something. People, one of the favorite passages in the Bible is John 3:16, but John 3:16 does not mention Jesus by name. You cannot find John 3:16 by searching for Jesus and everlasting life. But with our new AVP module and Bible Analyzer, you just click search and notice what happens. It's not the first verse. The first verse with Jesus Christ and everlasting is Isaiah 9:6. He's called the everlasting Father. That's a reference to Jesus Christ. We go on down to Micah 5:2. He, that's a pronoun, reference to Jesus Christ, is from old and from everlasting. Matthew 19, a pronoun, everlasting. We go all the way up, and then here shows up John 3:16, where he's referenced. There you'll find that the deity is referenced 4 times, and one of them is Jesus Christ, who's called the Son there. So now you're beginning to see the power of this AV search and the Bible Analyzer, which has been adapted to use these search methods. These were not available before. These are not available as far as we know in any other software, and except possibly one that costs $500 or $1,000. But here, Bible Analyzer is free, and this module bundle is very, very low cost, and it opens up a whole new world. Notice here, you have the eyes. Who's the eye? The eye is Jesus Christ. The him. Who's the him? The him is Jesus Christ. There are massive amounts of different ways a person can search using these methods, using these alternate people IDs and putting them together and coming up with search methods to reveal things that previously were not easy to find. But this is just a short demonstration of the new AVP bundle set that's available for Bible Analyzer, and we hope you find it of value. Thank you.